What's up, New Life? My name is Stacy, and I was asked, but more importantly, I am honored to share my experiences since joining the New Life community. I joined this past December 2021, met with the doctors a couple days later actually for one, and February for the other. At the end of February, I submitted my information through the Atlanta regional office, and a couple weeks later in March, I had a week worth of exams, physical in-person exams, and just last week, April 13th, I woke up with some great news. So total time from start to finish, not even 4 months. Now keep in mind, results may vary. On second thought, if you're dealing with the government, results will definitely vary. Which is why I believe I should give you some backstory for context. So as far as my personal journey, I actually served 8 years total. I joined the Army National Guard, and I served in the reserves component as well as active duty. And I actually sustained injuries while in theater, and my unit's response was, "But did you die?" Pardon me, or shame on me rather, for being ignorant to the entire VA claims filing process. I just didn't know, and it wasn't something that was widely shared. The doctor who performed the x-rays looked at my chart, and he noticed that I had just gotten out of military service, and he asked me if I was a service connector for anything, and it went completely over my head. Had no clue what he meant. So obviously, because I didn't know, I told him no, and he's like, "You should definitely go. You should definitely file." But I didn't know where to go, who to talk to. So thankfully I did at least do an intent to file. I went to a VSO and I was told to get a C-file, and that was like a foreign language to me. And the VSO told me because I served in the National Guard, I wouldn't have a C-file. That was only reserved for active duty. And so it was confusing, but who am I to question it? A lot of stuff went over my head at the time. So then I sought the services of an attorney who actually just denied, who would not represent me. You know, I spoke to some very well-meaning but very incorrect barracks lawyers, fellow veterans who just advised me to throw everything against the wall and see what stick. Thankfully, I knew a little bit better than that to just, file frivolous claims. So again, I filed my own personal records, sick call slips, and based upon those, I filed. And this was in 2018, and 2 years had gone by, and I hadn't heard from anyone. So I actually thought they had given up on me, and I just kind of went on about my business. Until I got a phone call early 2020. Got a phone call for a CMP exam. And I was like, all right, cool. And I knew to go to it. So I went, but unfortunately I bombed it. It was 4 hours of torture. That's all I remember. After that, I still had I had several more claims that were deferred. In that time, I was a little dejected. So I went and joined a community of veterans of a company that boasted of having a 93% success ratio or success rate. But unfortunately, it yielded none for me. I was over everything. I did pay for 4 additional medical opinions. And that company charged me $1,300 for something they had nothing to do with. But their claim was they gave me access to their proprietary information. So total time and money spent was $4,500, and again, I didn't gain any value from them at all, and they were very much unscrupulous. I was just kind of over it, and I thank God that the algorithms worked, and I found Mr. Bennett's page on YouTube because I instantly was gravitated to his knowledge of the 38 CFR. He is the man. He knows it through and through, and I was very in tune to his testimony. I can relate to it, and he was just approachable. When I had given him a call, I was rated at 80%, so I still needed additional help. And for those of you that have filed and been denied, I mean, if you're at 80 or 90, you know how hard it is to get that. It's not regular math, basically. So when I called him, he basically gave me a strategy, and I followed his example, and it yielded great results. And I would just advise everyone to give them a call. It's a free consultation, and when you do, here's what you gain. New Life Veterans is for you if you served in the armed forces during any period, if you served in active duty, National Guard, reserves, whether you're an officer or enlisted, if you served one term or if you're retired, if you're a combat vet or if you stayed here at home, if you filed and been previously denied, if you separated from service decades ago and don't even know the first place to start, is for you. Give them a call. If you've tried others, VSOs, non-accredited claims agents with no favorable results, this program is probably for you. What you'll get is access to a private social media group full of like-minded veterans that can definitely aid you on your journey. And you'll also get access to a licensed credentialed network of medical professionals that'll give you an in-person exam and a thorough medical records review. There's so much more, but unfortunately I only have 2 minutes. So don't delay, get on the phone, get a free consultation, and see what opportunities he can help you uncover. You absolutely deserve it to yourself. And another thing I want to mention is, I know I'm completely sensitive and aware of the time we're in right now, time of inflation, lack of fulfilling employment opportunities. My last appeal to you is to give them a call, because when I joined, I actually joined December 18th, but December 15th, my starter in my car went out. Christmas has a different meaning to me today than it did when I was 12, so I definitely took care of my car, but I also joined New Life. 12 days after that, so December 30th, my battery went out. So I personally feel like, in hindsight, that the enemy was trying everything to discourage me from doing this for myself. And yeah, it was difficult, but I did it, and I'm so glad I did, because my financial future is secure because of making the decision to fight for what I felt I deserved. And so if you have a family, if you have someone depend on you, or if you're single and you just feel like you have been underrated or unsuccessful, please give them a call and let them help you out. You'll be so glad you did.